I, Vampire, number 15, written by Joshua Fialkov, art by Dennis Calero. Last issue, we left off with a magic user named Charles is turned into a vampire because Andrew is building a new army. And this issue picks up with the three of them, Andrew, Tig, and Charles, at the home of the Van Helsings at their manor. And it is protected by a magic spell thing. And Charles is there. He's going to cast a spell to basically bring it all down. And they're just like, are you sure this is a good idea? And he's just like, yeah. Have I ever steered you wrong before? And Tig's like, yes, constantly. That's like all you do. And he's like, all right, well, shut up. We're going to go ahead and do it right this time. So they take down the defensive spell, and immediately they are opened fire upon by a group of men on the wall with a machine gun of stakes, as far as I could tell. But they just bounce off the attacks using more spells, and they make their way in, just completely decimating the entire group. And as we see the entirety of the Van Helsing group scramble, they come to the doors and they see there's a dog there, and they're like, okay, well, orders are orders, kill the dog, I guess. And then it turns out that it is the dog that was turned by Andrew, and it leaps up and attacks them. So inside we see that they're scrambling, trying to figure out what to do, and Andrew just walks in the door and he's just like, hey guys, I just came here, just had a few little questions, and I just want to talk now that I've made it inside. And they start firing off all their stakes. He's just like, guys, you honestly think that's gonna work? And the one guy stands, he's like, all right, hold your fire, we're just wasting wood. And he's like, who are you? He's like, I'm the new number 2. You kind of indisposed our number 1. And he's like, well, I remember tearing him apart into multiple pieces about 12 times and forcing him to regenerate. So, yeah, that was when I was a good guy. Maybe you don't want to come up to me now. All I am is looking for something. And a voice in the darkness is like, maybe I can help you. And it turns out it's this big hulking brute guy. And he's just like, you don't remember me, do you? And he's like, did I date your sister or something? And he's like, no, I'm the one who you tore apart 12 times. You want to go for 13? And Andrew just starts clapping. He's just like, bravo, guys. If you guys ever got into the habit of a vampire army, you really would do a good job. Anyway, I don't really need your help that badly, so I'm just going to go get what I need. And as he tries to walk off, the big guy goes and attacks him, and he just turns into mist. So outside, Tig and Charles have taken care of the entirety of the defenses. And they're like, so, you think Andrew's got everything under control? And Andrew and the big guy just bust through the ceiling of the building and just like, yeah, seems totally under control to me. So then we cut over to the B team of Deborah, Mary, and John. And they made their way to the place that Andrew died. And they're going to use, John has some Native American magic. They're going to use that in order to call back the soul of Andrew and talk to it and discover who the person who turned him was. So they use the Native American magic, but turns out Andrew's not the one who comes back. It's his driver for his carriage that was attacked that night. And the carriage driver's like, oh, Mary, it's you're a servant wench. What are you doing dressed like that? And he's just like, yeah, no time to explain that. Bartholomew is his name. Could you just tell us what you saw that night? And he's like, there was a shape. It appeared out of nowhere. It transformed into a beast. And, oh, I died. And it's all your fault, Mary, because you were the one that we were going after. And apparently Andrew said that she was a monster even before he got turned. And Bartholomew starts fading away, saying that she's unclean, that she's nothing but a whore, and Andrew recognized that. And Mary's like, I don't understand. He wrote a note saying that like we couldn't be together, but crap, he wrote the note after he got turned. What did he think of me before he got turned? And Mary's genuinely caught off guard by this, but it's like, okay, well, let's just fix Andrew, and then you can ask him himself. Either way, he probably would have run towards the estate, so maybe we should go that way. So they make their way closer to Andrew's estate. Meanwhile, the fight continues on between the big hulking guy and Andrew. He's landing some good punches on Andrew, and Tig tries jumping in. He also punches her. And then at that part, Charles is like, oh, I'm going to kill you because you attacked Tig. And Andrew's like, I'm sure you would, but we gotta bail. So they just make their way deeper into the archives of the Van Helsing estate without pretty much anyone being able to stop him. So then we meet up with Mary and them again, and as they're making their way closer to the place, they see a circle where just nothing is growing, like the ground itself has been poisoned. And John's about to set up a new thing of the Native American magic, but a voice behind him tells him, "Don't bother. It will not work here." And turns out it's Cain. And Cain is now human. He has been deprived of all of his vampire-ness because of Andrew's actions in the event where the rise of Cain. And now he's just here and he's like, "Yep, it's me. I'm Cain. Also, I'm the guy you're looking for. I'm the person who turned Andrew into a vampire." So then we meet up with Andrew and the gang again. They made their way deep into the archives. There's a guy defending it. He's like, "I will die before I let you have any of these books." And they're like, "K," and they just kill him and like suck the life out of him. And then they end up finding a book that they're looking for. It's the Egyptian Book of the Dead. And they activate the book in some way, which turns into a pocket dimension that the Van Helsings use to store every weapon that they think could destroy vampires. And now it is all at their disposal. Welcome to the armory. So, as I said last issue, this is the first issue that Andrea Sorrentino is not doing the art on. I think that Dennis Calero did a fantastic job of imitating the style while also making it his own. It is still just as moody. I still feel like this is Andrew, which was always my problem when Andrew appeared in things like Justice League Dark. The art style there did no favors to him. But I think that it imitates it well enough. It looks fantastic still. I really do not have any issue with it. So, in terms of the plot, we got a lot done this issue. We set up, Mary may not know Andrew's true feelings for her. We set up that they know Cain is the sire. Cain is also human now. And they got to the Van Helsing armory. So, a lot moving forward, a lot of moving parts. Really enjoying this. I'm going to give this one an 8.5. Fantastic issue overall, and I really cannot fault it for much of anything. So, see how it continues next time.